G'day everyone, it's Lushan. Hope you're well. Thanks so much for joining us. Today's session, I want to talk about how to get ahead of 90% of financial advisors that are in the market right now. And this is a topic came about because quite a few of my prospect calls that I have with financial advisors, they brought this up on how do I get ahead? How do I get more clients? How do I differentiate myself from everyone else that's out there? So today I want to share with you 5 key areas that you want to be focusing on. I'm going to start off with firstly talking about the 3 big mistakes when people do try to get themselves out there. And especially when you're running a practice, I know it can be really difficult for some of you. Some of you have been running for quite some time, but maybe haven't got to the next level that you always wanted to get to. Some people may be starting off. So I know this particular video, I'm going to have a variety of different people within the financial advising community. And let me get started with just saying, there's no slides or anything like that. I'm just going to share with you my thoughts and everything else that I guess I put together for this. So there's a few different areas that I want to share with you. I think you'll really grasp some really good concepts and be able to roll with it. So let's get started. So firstly, when it comes to differentiating yourself, I see a lot of financial advisors make the first big mistake is they be way too vanilla-like. They want to be my vanilla-like. They try to cater to everyone in the marketplace. So it's everything to everyone. And it really doesn't cut the mustard. I'm not sure where that term's from. I'm thinking maybe it's an American term. But it really doesn't cut the mustard. So you're basically just floating in the ocean out there, and no one can see you. You're yelling and yelling and yelling, and really no one's out there even trying to get some help for you, which can be very lonely. And let's face it, it can be very tricky when you are doing this. And the reason why I think this is quite a difficult, and I say it's a mistake, and it's because you probably have a fear of standing out, and that's you don't want to be playing in that kind of mindset. You want to get yourself out there as much as possible. So the first big mistake is just being way too vanilla-like, and this includes everything from your content to your business cards to even the strategies that you're probably using. So you've probably seen most people, and tell me this is probably you, where you attend networking meetings or you get referral partners. Now, let me tell you why I think that's also wrong in a sense. Most of the people that have been in this game for a long time have really good referral partners that have been in the game for a long time as well. So generally, the people that you do partner with have probably been in business probably a similar time to yourself. So you're really not going to be able to build on their networks because they've probably got a small network as well. The second big mistake, what I see, is what I call the snail effect. So this is a snail. Think of you walking across. I think there's a good cartoon called Turbo, the snail. So you're a snail. You're too scared to get yourself out there. You're moving slowly. You're tiptoeing your way through it, and all of a sudden you get to a stage maybe where you're going so slow. You're wondering, is this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing in business? Should I be running a business? And it's because you're probably following that strategy of waiting for referrals or building partnerships and being in a what I call a snail effect. A lot of people will put their head out and look what's going on, but then you got your head back into the shell, and then you're just waiting for the next time, for I guess a sunny day to get yourself out there. So you want to avoid doing that, because what that really does is really sits in imposter syndrome. You would have heard other financial advisors talk about it. And it's because you're just not confident enough to be able to get yourself out there thinking that other people are going to judge you, thinking that, you might get things wrong. And that's let's face it, that's not the right way of, again, the mindset of a really good financial advisor that's, like I said, beating the 90% of people out there. And just so you know, I've been doing this for the last 4 years, working with financial advisors. So I get a really good understanding of what people's pains are as a financial advisor, understanding what you aspire to be and what you want to create. And let me tell you, that 10% that do really, really well, they follow this exact pattern which I will share with you shortly. The third mistake that I see is the inability to build authority and influence a community. And this is really important. What I see And I said, you should take this very seriously, because a lot of people spend a lot of time working with people, but they don't seem to really build out a community of people they want to serve. And it becomes really, really difficult. And I'm just looking at my notes here to see, guys. So you spend a lot of time trying to convince people that you're the right person, but remember, they're probably speaking to other people. They know someone who's a financial advisor, and so you're there competing again. So your ability to build authority, build influence, really is difficult, and it's a mistake in terms of trying to do nothing to do it, or going over the top trying to show everything to this particular prospect that you have, that you're the best person, trying to build the authority and build their influence. So it's a really tricky time. So let me share with you the 5 key fixes that I want you to focus on. If this is you, in terms of if you want to get into the top 10% of financial advisors. So let's get into it. But actually, before I do that, it's important to know that if you don't get this right, your road to becoming a successful financial advisor is going to be difficult. It's going to be hard. It's going to be overwhelming, and it's going to be stressful, because you won't have the clients you want. You'll be working around your clients and be at their mercy. You'll be also, your fees, because you're competing at the same type of clients, your fees may go down. And you just don't have the freedom to build the business you want. But in saying that, the opportunity is, if you take these steps and follow, majority of these things that I'm going to share with you today, you're going to help build that business that you want, the one that gives you freedom, one that gives you money, the one that gives you time with your family, and one, it helps you from a perspective of wanting, to build this business, be an entrepreneur, and show to people, hey, I've just done this. I'm building this great financial advising business. I'm going to have people on board, etc. This is what I know most of you want. You want other people doing the work, or you're kind of spending less time on there, and really enjoying the freedom with your family, or traveling, something along those lines. So this is what they do. The first thing that most people do is they focus on a community to serve. When you find a community that you can serve, it's going to be your biggest asset. And when I say asset, I'm talking about, think of the asset as a cash flow asset, right? So the more you invest in a community, like a niche, you're going to be able to give them value. You're going to be able to nurture them. And in that particular asset, you're going to get clients out of it. You're going to get clients out of it, which is going to give you money, which is going to give you everything else you wanted out of your business. So the first thing you want to be doing is really serving a community. And like I said, you're going to get the rewards out of it, but you really want to find that community. When I say community, like I said, niche, find that niche that you can work with. I have a client who we worked with a couple of years ago in Australia, and he just focused as a financial advisor to the electrician community. So all the tradespeople, in terms of electricians, he focused on the business owners, and he was doing something like $40,000 to $50,000 a month just in that community alone. He just focused and helped them out, and he was doing 3.5 to 4 days a week, just actually working. He loved surfing. He lived in a really good spot in Sydney, so it's a really, really good story, and a really important one for you to realize that if you niche, you can actually build out your community, help serve them in the best way you can. The second fix that I want to share with you is around content. You've seen a lot of people put content out. You're probably putting content out as well. The key to content is not about the likes you get or the comments. It's about the communication and interaction you have from a direct message perspective. So this is where people put their hands up based on your content, say, hey, I've seen your piece of content. I really want your help. Can you help me out? And that's the part that you want to measure, not the people that are making great comments. Hey, thanks so much for this awesome video you've created, or people liking your content. That's great, but it's the direct messages that you get where people raise their hands for your help is super important. Remember, people got to know you, like you, trust you. So you want to be putting this content out as regularly as possible. You want to be educating people, and you want to be showing character. Most people educate but do not show character. What I mean by character is showing people that there's a human-to-human connection here. So, you're at the beach, or you're jogging, maybe there's a hobby you have, playing golf or skydiving, something like that. That kind of says, hey, this person's actually normal. This is like a normal person. So let me reach out to this person. So you want to be sharing a bit of education content, character content as well, with a lot of, when I say value, what are the personal values and beliefs you have? And you find that people resonate with people that have the same values and beliefs a lot quicker. So you can educate all you want, but if you don't share the beliefs and values, there's a disconnect. So you want to be giving value. You want to be showing your beliefs. This is, why you would do it or why you wouldn't do something, things you stand for. It's really important. And that can make a massive difference on how you attract the right type of clients. The third thing, excuse me, as I have my cucumber water. The third key thing is showing up. So you want to be showing up consistently and having a delivery method. And what I mean by this is creating videos, is doing webinars. So webinars could be a live webinar, could be an evergreen webinar. An evergreen webinar, for people who haven't followed me before, is a webinar you create and it's in the background and people go to it all the time. You just drive people to that evergreen webinar to collect your leads and help position you as the subject matter expert. But one thing I like about showing up, you do it consistently. Now, when I say consistently, once a week isn't consistent enough. You want to be doing it maybe 3-4 times a week. And there's a number of ways that we teach our clients in terms of how to run content, how to create content, and then how to kind of share that content out. And it's important that you show up, and it needs to look to them that you're showing up all the time. The other key part of showing up is picking the right marketing channel. So what type of social media network you're going to be using to help that? Is it LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok? Is it Twitter, Facebook groups, all those different key areas. So you want to be consistent in how you deliver it, which makes it a little bit easier. You also want to pick the channel, the social media channel that is going to resonate with your particular audience. Not necessarily what's good for you, but what's good for your audience. The fourth, and to me, the most important way you can beat the 90% of financial advisors out there is by creating your own unique signature system to help them get the result. This model is super important. If you can show someone your model and how, this is where they are, this is where they can get to, and this is how you help get them through your particular model. And I'm not talking about this like a generic model. I see a lot of people say, hey, I've got a model, and they show me a model and I've seen it probably 200 times before that. It has to be unique. It has to show you how you help people create it. This is what we call it the signature system. How do you have that signature system that only you can replicate? So even if other financial advisors try to replicate it, you've already got your runs on the board. People have gone through your unique signature model. So you can say, hey, my unique signature model, we've created it back in the day. This is what it does. This is how it delivers. This is how many clients have gone through it right now. And all of a sudden, you've built this model that people start talking about. There's a whole part of modeling that we work with our clients with, naming the model, creating the model, delivering the model. And it doesn't have to be complicated, but it's very, very important. If you, like I said, if you can take anything out of today, this is it. You want to be creating your own signature system. It's the model. It's going to help represent you. Lastly, and the fifth fix that I want to share with you is, how do you position yourself? What's the offer you can make out in the marketplace that shares their pains, that shows that you understand their pains, so it shows empathy, shows the values that you can bring to the party to help them solve that particular problem, and then provide an offer which positions you as the expert, the influencer, the authority person, the problem solver, whatever you want it to be, but you are the financial advisor to help solve that particular pain. Again, people get the offer wrong in a number of different ways because they're trying to just say, hey, here's a 20-minute conversation and let's just go for it. The customer already knows that this is going to be a sales call. You want to really position in the right way and really show them how the offer for your unique model is going to help them get the result. So there you have it. So this is a unique 5-step model that I've just covered. It'll help you, like I said, 90%. If you want to beat the 90% of financial advisors out there, I've been working with this industry for quite some time now, both in Australia, UK, Ireland, the US, and Canada. And everyone has the same kind of issues. How do I stand out from the crowd, from everyone else? Today, I've just shared that with you, the 5 key fixes you need to make in your business. Now, if you do want to get some help with any of these steps, our community traffic method that we created, our unique signature system to help get our clients, so that's financial advisors clients, we know how to do it. We've implemented numerous times. If you want some help with it, reach out. This method may work for you, may not work for you, but you only know by having maybe a conversation with us. Thing is, when someone works with us, we guarantee that you'll double your return on investment every time you work with us. So if you think that's going to be attractive and you're really wanting to get your business to the next level, whether you're starting off or you could be someone, and we have clients who've been with us for been in the industry for 5 or 6 years, wanting to grow to the next level. We can help you, build, grow, and scale. That's why the community traffic method works. Again, thanks so much for listening, guys. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below or just get in contact with us. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.